There we go. Sustain pedal in action. Gee golly whiz. All right, well, my friend, we're going to talk about arpeggios. We're going to talk about arpeggios. We're going to talk about how to make those constructions on a keyboard. Hey, Rachel. Hey, where were you this morning? Did you get too busy for the live feeds? If so, that's all right. I just missed you, I guess. Let's see here. What we're trying to shoot for is to talk about major arpeggios. The reason why most teachers talk about it through the eyes of C major is because C major has no sharps and flats. So almost every chord that we hit in the key of C major sometimes it might get a little boring. What we generally talk about is 1, 3, 5. These are called arpeggios. Gee golly whiz, I feel like I'm on top 40 now, singing about love songs and how I miss my baby, baby, baby. Hey Ed Farms, were you mad at me earlier? I felt a little bit of tension. Just here to say, I enjoy you being here. Fat Swaller, when somebody thinks you're wonderful. The whole idea behind this is to gain a little bit of watch time hours, very close to getting 4,000 hours, and I want to teach you a new concept. In the key of C, when we have a major 7 chord, we are taking a major triad, which is a dyad of a major third. Should feel good. It's a consonant. And then we're adding a minor third to it, the E to G. So when we do that, no matter where it is, we get the feeling of that major chord. When you put a 7th in there and play the same 3 notes, you are getting a major 7 chord. But when you play it in order, or kind of like use it to utilize melodies like a nonsense was using a major 7th and a tonic, and the only note that wasn't in the key of C that I hit was the F sharp, meaning the modus of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and do changed to do, re, mi, fe. We went up to a sharp 4, which gives us a dissonance. Ew! Ew. When we do this, we get can you go with the hat on a hat? I don't know. Maybe write a little something in the key of C, go to A minor, F, then G would be a 1, 6, 4, 5 progression. What up, Amon? How you doing? I love you too. Thanks for being here. Hola, amigo. Bien. Todo bien. Sé en español. Se habla español para yo beber agua. Más o menos cuatro veces al día. Tickle, tickle. What up, HB? How you doing? Rachel Loa, keep it awesome out there if you could. Ivan, what's up, buddy? What was that face? F-A-C-E? Yeah, if we do F-A-C and E, we get an F major 7. So if we wanted to play an F major 7 arpeggio, 1, 3, 5, 1, throw in the E natural, which is going to act as our half tone. If we were to raise our 4th scale degree like we did in the key of C to get the dissonance, well, in the key of F, there's 1 flat, B flat. So when we get a sharp 4, we are playing Lydian. 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Very cool. It just always reminds me of something like, Gentleman Bronco Face. That's what it was. Ooh. I think the character's name is Lionel. Very cool. I don't know, I'm freshly flowered. Having fun here, folks. Having fun here, folks. So the whole reason behind this that we want you to see on the Bizord, because you know what? Nerding out to life is lots of fun. If you do like this channel and you enjoy me, my character, this, I guess, the banter, if you will, subscribe. Become a friend. My friend. When we put a staff or a stave, we're representing the place that notes live. Our treble clef is otherwise known as the G clef. Because when you get rid of the top half, it kind of looks like a lowercase g. The most important note that you could find from here would be this line, and it is the G. But the second most would be this one. This one is called a ledger line. And in fact, the most important note that I think that I teach from lives here. It's called the C4 or middle C. That's actually the one we were just hearing. Yada, 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 yada. So when we go up by step, we're talking about moving notes in something called harmonies. When we play these two notes on top of each other, it's called a dyad. Whenever we have measures, we generally are going to have 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note's going to get the beat. So continuing going up a line and a space to each one of these, it's weird drawing big. We get all the way to our last, which is going to have a stem going down. A lot of people kind of ask me never, hey Wega, why do the stems go up sometimes and why do the stems go down? And I always say to people who never really ask me this question, oh gee golly whiz, the middle line is called the B line. When we play the G and we go to the A and then the B, every note that's on the B has the option of the line going up or down. But whenever you are above the middle of the clef, you put your line going down on the other side. Truthfully, we're not really changing anything except for the direction in which we see the note. We're twisting the note around in 3D space and time. And when we do that, the stem always kind of just stays where it is. We just see it differently. So when we're playing an arpeggio, we are quite literally playing the 1, the 3, the 5, and then now we're going to be playing the 7. And I like to put a little 7 right here before. You know what I'm saying? And also, because the note comes beforehand, it goes below on that side. If it came above, you wouldn't put it right here. You would put it, each one ascending next to each other, because minor seconds and major seconds touch. They're like lovers, or like people that are partners that used to be lovers that kind of hang out together. Long story short, notes are friendly. That's what we're getting at. So when we have the note right before in this key, we are looking at having a B note, the C note, going to the E note, then we're going to the G note, and then we're going to be hitting the middle line, which we just said, the middle line on the clef of treble clef is going to be, it's our favorite clef, isn't it, folks? We're going to be going to the B and then right up to the C. Now, this is exactly what I just played. If I could get my note, note, Now, that's a little high for me because I just got freshly flowered and I got a belly full of food. Not good for me, by the way. This is how I would play a C major 7 arpeggio. In fact, there's 2 arpeggios. A little smiley face because everybody likes to be happy, right? And then this is how we would see the notes. This is how I draw them out, but it's not how I draw it out when I'm trying to do music. I just view each key and where they are. So One really fun and awesome thing, fun and awesome, is to use the circle and fifths. When we use the circle fifths, we get to visualize where all of our chords are by adding notes. When we add, we get our sharps. There are no sharps in the key of C. I usually go 0, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. When we go to G major, there's going to be one sharp. That first sharp is F. That first sharp is F. Don't let it be lost on you that when we go the other way, we've got our circle of fourths. C, D, E, F. When we go that way, we get flats because we're diminishing. When we augment or we go up, we're getting sharps. And that is our circle of fifths. If you've already been lost by this whole thing, that's where it is. You don't have to do the whole thing. You just do the beginning. There are no sharps and flats in the key of C. How many sharps are in the key of G? 1, F. So when you say blah, 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 you actually just add that F in. This is how music theory works. So when we play C major, no sharps, no flats. And then when we go, hey Jaden, how you doing? High handles, blue line, I see it. I don't play trombone, but one of my students just started trombone, and I'm working on scale knowledge, so I know my positions now, and after playing trumpet, I realized nobody told me to blow and hum through the mouthpiece, so I'm very, very excited to try trombone again, but hunting down a trombone on this island's hard, so if you have a trombone, send it to me. I'd love it. Other than that, I will eventually play every instrument, just, takes a little minute. That'd be a major 7 too. Good air. Yeah, that's the thing about being poor. You can't really make expenditures like that. Last month, the day I found out my mom died, my car got totaled and I got screwed by Allstate. So if you have Allstate insurance, try to find something else. They're fascists? No. To each their own. I learned a valuable lesson in life. Always have liability and collision. I wouldn't have had to deal with Allstate. I would have just had to deal with Geico, and I would have been lowballed. I would have actually gotten what the car was worth, but that's not how it is. You happen to notice I've got a goal out there. You want to throw me a buck or two, hit a super chat. Every penny goes towards music education. That's what we're doing here. So when adding on to a major 7, the whole idea about seeing the key of C has no sharps and no flats, we go up 5 notes and we finally get a key that has a sharp. The distance between 1 and 2 is a major 2nd. Then we've got another major 2nd. And then a minor 2nd. In the key of G, it's a C and a B, or a C flat and a B. Then we go to a major 2nd, another major 2nd, and then a major 2nd. Hence, we need that E to F sharp to give us the major, and then our diatone, which is our 3 to 4 is the half step, and then our 7 to 1, or 7 to 8, that gives us our major scale. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, the G. So when playing a G major 7, we'd have G, B, sorry, F sharp, G, B, D, F sharp, G, meow, meow, meow. So here's how I kind of see it. When we're looking at major chords, we would go, C major has no sharps and flats, guys. So C, F, and G are the majors. When we call out C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or G, A, B, C, D, F sharp, G. What we're doing is calling out our 1, our 2, our 3, our 4, the 5, 6, and then our diminished 7th, and then our 8th, which is otherwise known as an octave or a P8 for Puff Daddy. That is incorrect. P is not for Puff Daddy. Nor should it be. It's for perfect, like the 4 and 5. You can't have perfect thirds. They're either major third or minor third. You cannot have a major fifth. That's not a thing it ain't. Perfect fifth is, so our perfect root, our 1, when it's perfect with itself, which you can't do on a piano. There's only one C note. That's called a single note. When you can do it on guitar and play the same pitch or ook or something, it's called a perfect prime. Perfect prime or notes. When we go through here, what we notice is these are our 3 majors in the key of C. Our next 3 are going to be the 3 minors in the key of C, and then our last one next to that is going to be our B. Rather than taking our B here, we can look next to our 4 chord. On the circle fifths, when we play the circle fifths and write out all the notes, it just so happens that everything is laid out for us, which is really cool. When you memorize this, you see it in your sleep. Sometimes these letters try to kill you. It's amazing. When you wake up, you'll be fine though, because nobody knows where we go when we sleep. Ain't that a fact, folks? So when we're going through here, if I did this in the key of G, which has 1 sharp, I would go, these are my 3 majors. I would have a major 1, a major 4, and a major 5. The next 3 are going to be the minors, A minor, B minor, E minor. And then the last one right here, the F sharp, would have been my major 7th, the diminished. But I don't want that. I want to talk about a mode called mixolydian, or just being able to see this as a different note. So I'm going to look here, and I'm going to find that F note is right here. Now, I could use this for the major 7th, but let's talk about a G major 7 arpeggio, and let's talk about that and the difference. Oh, that's a bad sign to use. And then let's talk about that as a G7 arpeggio. The difference between these is they're not equal to, but they're their own thing. We would use either the F or the F sharp. So you could draw this as a circle or a square. Either way, you now have an equation to look at the circle fifth and shift that. If I did it in D, I would go back here and go, cool, C is my minor 7th. C sharp will be my major 7th. When we bring that practical application over to here, do a little dance, we get, here's an F major. Well, F major with the major 7 is a major 7 arpeggio. If we flatten that down to an E flat, so we don't have just face, but we've got face with the flat, that's a great chord to move into B flat, because B flat is the 5th. When we play that F with that note, listen to these. Isn't that a wonderful chord? And then it goes perfectly into your dominant. Fun stuff. Let's see here. I hate math. Oh, I wouldn't hate anything. I mean, math didn't do anything to you. Kind of. Well, the Dixie playing Grateful Dead. Dixieland, clarinet, trombone. Oh, yeah. Is that a band? That sounds like some fun. Handles, what are you up to, buddy? Let's see. Reveille, trombone. Yeah. The truth is, I don't do Facebook. I don't touch those websites. I might have a account there that one of my other IT guys set up, but I try not to go on Facebook. I don't really like the internet. I do YouTube because it's a way for me to let my students have visual recaps for their stuff, and I do this channel just to waste time and have fun. It's become maybe like a monetary incentive, but I don't take myself too seriously. I don't go on Facebook because I don't support Mark Zuckerberg. I live in Hawaii, and if you could come to an island and a place and buy an island with money, then something's wrong with our system. That's enough I'm going to say about that. Anyway, when playing and moving around here, yeah, your synesthesia is kind of off though. Those aren't the colors for synesthesia. Synesthesia colors are orange is the C, gray is D, E is red, F is, I think, pink, G is green, A is blue, and B is purple. And when you go in between notes, you get variations like maroon or yellow or something. But that's cool that you know about synesthesia. Very cool. Most people don't know. Matt Damon. So, Yeah, it's not good when I was writing on there to do the slash because then it looks like a slash chord. So let's do that as an example. We were talking about the G major on the board. If you look at the board just ever so slightly, you're going to see that we've got G, B, D, and then we've got our seventh. That's going to give us our chord. Now, if I were to write it on out, write it on out. We got G, B, D, and then F sharp. So we would then put an F sharp down here. When we have this, we've got F sharp, G, B, D, F sharp. And then lastly, if we put our note up here, we've got our G. Cool? And since these are all kind of based on tetrachords, we're missing notes. We're missing the fourth, and we're missing the seventh, the minor seventh. We don't have to do that. In fact, if you look at it this way, you're really just missing one note. I like to use Lydian over the top of that. But if we were to do this with the F sharp, we would be playing our equation for the... And if we do it devoid of here, and we put a natural on here, and we just get the F natural, make sure that you put the natural there so your brain starts recognizing sharps and flats and naturals, the notes of G7. When you do this, then you can start utilizing this. And if we were talking about blues like we were doing earlier, you'd have something like... See how our F dominant goes there? Well, our G7 feels like it's going to go down into C. What's up? I've never heard the name Bruder. I like that. I like that. I like you. Yeah, it's a little interesting. Why is your G flat? You know, Handles, I like you too. Are you 14 though? I don't think you're my age. F major change to the D minor is natural. Yeah. Zebruder. Oh, you know what? I have heard Zebruder. I thought that was one word. Is in French, is Zé a prefix? We watch a channel called Zé Frank or Le Frank. Zé Frank. It's a nature channel where he makes funny commentary over it. If you haven't watched it, stop what you're doing now and go watch that. It's much more enjoyable than this. Unless you really like music. What song were you just playing? Oh, I was just grooving, citizen. I did a G, F dominant, F major, E dominant, A minor, G, F. Actually, you could go anywhere from there. Je suis un chat, on je me sais beaucoup revoir. I think that might be what you're talking about. It moves through. Hey, what's up, DOD? I'm actually really busy. I saw you were live and had to jump in. Thank you for popping in. If you are on this channel watching me, go check out DOD Studios. Very cool. Large following, wonderful amount of videos on there, and it's countless hours of looking at music awesomeness. There's always somebody and something out there that's really, really cool to check out. I stumbled upon DOD, I think maybe 5-6 months ago, and it's fun to see it pop up in my feed and communicate as we are right now. So go show some love to the other channels, would you? 20,000 Days. What were you song playing? Well, the whole idea is let me play a song that utilizes the major seventh or the minor seventh, show it in arpeggiated form, and then maybe you can start playing it along with your own music. If you do, that'd be super, super groovy. Very nice learning of lot. Oh, yeah, groovy. Thank you very much. Very much, very much. So how about just like a, I don't know, somewhat gospel-y. Let's do like a C. We're doing a C major with a clash in there and a B up top and then down to an A. So we've got our C6 and then we're adding a 7. So this is like a 6-9 chord, but more like a 7 chord that has a lasting sus on it. I don't like the B flat, so let's move it down in step. example, we had a C with a B, it's a C major 7 down to a C with an A, so it's more like an G, D, A, it's more like a G9, but we could play it abstractly. And then when we went down to the F, played it as an F major 7, and then we went up to the G major and played it also as a G major 7, just for the example. I normally wouldn't have done the G major 7. I would have wanted to have the moving tone, the F. So maybe we'll explain both here. The walk-up that I did was, I included that sharp 4, which this would be a F sus, but in Lydian. Dream, I'm actually cooking right now. Nice. Aloha. Thanks for popping in, brother. If you did something like this with the B to the C, E, G to the B flat, well, this chord quality is actually called a minor major. You have your major 7, but you're including a dominant note. So it doesn't sound good when you play it in some ways, but in other ways, it does. If you have a question about that, go check out Ben Folds 5 or Chick Corea. Aloha to you. I heard that Katie Mula song. It's yeah. No, I hear that. When whippoorwills call an evening is nigh. Huh. Tell you what, Handles, you're throwing out nomenclature and grammatical stuff that is above my head. A little bit above my head, guy. Major 7 mine. Are you requesting a song? Rada, please put request LaRue and I'll do it. My Blue Heaven, huh? Oh. What key is it in? Can we find it on the Circle O Fifths? Is it on the Circle O Fifths? Fats Domino. Wasn't that a Blueberry Hill guy? And a movie with Steve Martin and Rick Moranis. Is that right? You know what? I don't think I know the song My Blue Heaven. I just read the chorus and the words, and I've never heard that before. I'll check it out, though. Most indubitably. What's that? Wonderful Tonight? I don't know if I know that one. Oh, yeah. Capitan! You look wonderful. I think I know this song, but I don't know the words. Like everything. Not too hard to follow, I guess. I guess here that major 7 with her. Feels good over the top. Time to go home now. I've got an aching head, so I'll give her the car key. Helps me to bed. Then I'll tell her I should turn out the lights. And I said yes, you are wonderful tonight. I said yes, you look wonderful tonight. Oh, well, that was fun, wasn't it? Kind of. Anybody else? Did you enjoy it? Other than that, kind of taking what we learned from music theory, those arpeggiated things, and then putting them into real application. That's basically what I'm talking about. Let's see. My mother had Fast Blueberry and 45 vinyl. Yeah, I'll have to look up more. I'll look up My Blue Heaven. I'll write it in my book of songs that I just... Oh, which is funny. Because you think I know this one. I've seen the movie My Blue Heaven. Unless I got the tempo wrong. Tonight. Hey, tonight. I'll even write down this one. Wonderful tonight. Air clap. And then, what was it? My Blue Heaven? Heaven. Silly. All right. Let's see here. I've got 4 minutes, so I get the privilege of teaching. Very much looking forward to it. Whatever fits your voice. Yeah. Kind of try to do it like Eric, or if I'm doing Fats, I found my thrill. What is it? G? Tell you what, I'm really digging on the blues today. We wish you upon a star. Yeah. Makes no difference who you are, anything your life desires will come to you. Is that the song that you're thinking of? But I just did a weird abstract version of it? Alright, it's gonna be the last song I'm gonna be able to do. Let's see. Oh, fun. When you wish upon a star as dreamers do. Cool. Ending on the major seventh arpeggio. That's the whole talk about today. Remember, if you can just read a couple words in a book, sometimes it's fun. Other than that, it takes time and effort. But if you do anything every day for 5 minutes, you get better at it. Whether it's, learning how to play a hand flute, piano, xylophone, rock and roll on the drums. Doesn't matter what it is. Just have fun with music. I'm here for you. If you're watching this and you dig it, subscribe, of course. Keep it classy and clean. Also, learn about the other music communities that we talk and chit chat with. Yeah. Other than that, I hope you had a good day. My student isn't here, so I'm probably just going to play till they get here. If that makes sense. I guess throw out another request. If not, I guess I'll just work on my sight reader. Oh, Johnny boy. Can I influence some major 7 arpeggios? Ah, there you are. How goes it? All right. Aloha, you crazy kids online.